Hi everyone, it's Desiree and I am here with Spellbinders and their card kit of the month for May 2023, and it is called Spreading Happiness. So let's start digging in. Let's see what comes in our kit. Of course I have to fight with the bag. Yes, that's what we have to do. So here you get your card, gives you a little bit of inspiration, and it also lets you know what you will be receiving in your kit. Of course, you get your 8 card bases that are standard A2 size, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and your 8 envelopes. A roll of double-sided tape and a square of double-sided foam squares that you can use that whole square. An adorable shaker pack, and yes, I'm calling it a shaker pack. Some chipboard stickers, some puffy and stickers. You also get 4 different shades, or excuse me, 5 different shades of 4 panels each that are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 of cardstock. Some more puffy sentiments, and then of course you get 1 design of each of the 6x6 pattern papers. These are some great colors. I love the teals and the peaches, and then throw in some of those dark colors as well. You can see you have many choices of small prints and larger prints. And of course, my favorite, the die cuts. You get florals, you get trees, you get buildings, you get some dragonflies, and this here is a cut apart die cut set. And that is what comes in your kit. So let's get started with our first card. Now, you guys know that I love collaging, and this kit inspires that for me. This kit is great for the beginner who would just want to dabble just a little bit in making some cards. What's wonderful is that you can make so many more cards than what the card bases are in the kit, so you can dig into a stash if you have that. I took one of the white panels and I cut it into the shape of a cloud. And now I'm just going to add my chipboard pieces. I'm using the frame, and I'm going to separate the butterflies from the center. And then I have some die cut pieces. I'm going to weave that through the frame. Make sure it's secured at the top. And we're going to add some florals to the bottom right of that frame. And then just adding a few more extras because yes, we have to collage. I grabbed one of the puffy stickers and placed that along the bottom. For our next card, we're putting down our base, which is cut to 4 5 1/4, so that I have a white border that goes around that. And again, guys, I know I stress some out. I just don't make my measurements. I know that one piece measures that 4 5 1/4, and then the other pieces I just trim down. Just what goes by my eye, and that's the fun of it, to just create with the items that you have and see what you come out with. That is our second card. For our next card, I'm going to start out with a piece of the solid cardstock, not the pattern paper. I thought that looked really cute and helped these little frogs stick out. I'm going to place a strip of pattern paper along that towards the left hand side that fits the pattern paper, and then we're just going to have fun collaging off of the side of that strip, or I should say along that strip. We're going to add our sentiment right across that heart. For our next card, I'm going to use the pink stripe. I'm going to place another piece of pattern paper on top of a piece of solid cardstock for a mat. And we're going to set that down towards the bottom right. And we're going to add a couple of these florals along with some gold leaves. We're going to tuck the edges in underneath the other die cut. But if you have to, you can certainly trim them. And then we're simply going to add our sentiment right across the flowers. We're going to start out with our pattern paper. Once again, making sure my card is the right way. Okay, now tell me, how many times have you put your cards upside down? Oh, yes. It's a fun experience, and I always give it to that one person who will enjoy the sarcasm. Yes. I'm placing a, excuse me, another piece of pattern paper, and I'm going to add this strip right across towards the bottom. We have these beautiful strips of houses, and we're going to place that just above the edge. And then we're going to add some florals in the back. And just because they're the same doesn't mean you can't change the look of them by simply turning them just a little bit. You get a different look when you just turn that die cut just a little bit. And I'm simply going to put family for my sentiment right below. For our next card, we're going to add our base, and then we're going to add another panel of pattern paper. We're going to set that down in the middle, and then we're going to set a strip of solid cardstock, and we're going to make this vertical because it's just the right width, amazingly, that I cut it for the fence. And coming from the fence is going to be that bouquet of flowers, and we're just going to add our sentiment right across the fence. We're going to create one simple, close to the one prior to the one prior. Did you get that? 2 of them ago. Yeah. Couldn't say that right. So I added my base, and then I'm adding just a larger piece on top of that. I just wanted the hint of that pink coming from the bright green. I'm going to set a strip of the white cardstock cut down. And we're going to add some trees to each side. And again, these are the same die cuts. However, because we're putting them in a straight row, we're going to get 2 different looks of those trees from the houses that we're placing. We're going to set our houses right over them. And then we're just going to place a small one right in behind that door. And then happiness is going to go in the upper left-hand corner. For our final card, when I saw the shaker bits, and that's what I'm calling them, and that piece that pulled apart, I just knew we needed to make a shaker card. I'm only going to use the wreath, and I'm going to put glue there, and I grabbed from my stash a piece of clear acetate. Now that's actually from packaging. I do save those clear packaging slips from our stamp sets. If they should tear, I usually store my stamps and dies in those, but if they should tear, slide down the side, then I just simply save them for shaker cards. I'm going to cut around where I placed my glue so that the acetate does not show from the underside of the die cut image. And then I'm going to grab my strips. Now again, these are from my stash, but you could use, the reason why I chose not to use the double-sided squares from the kit is because they are in pieces, but you could certainly do that with it. You would just cut your strips from each of the sides. And I'm just doing a double layer, doubling these up so that I have enough room to put those bits in. So I'm just pulling down so that I can use like a spoon. I have the Nouveau set, and I'm going to grab that so that I can place these down onto my card. You can tell I'm looking for it because my desk is an absolute disaster. I do apologize that the video is coming out late. Just had some issues going on, but I am okay now. And I was before as well. Just needed to take that little bit of time off. But I am back and so happy that I can create. I put my filler down onto my card base, and then I placed that piece with the double-sided foam tape on top. And now we have a shaker card. I hope you enjoyed this video featuring the Spellbinders Card Kit of the Month for May 2023, called Spreading Happiness. You can see the versatility on how you can create with this card. I do enjoy collaging, so those die cuts and these pieces are perfect for me. But this kit is great for the beginner if you just want to dabble to see if you're going to love this craft. But be careful. I can promise you, you're going to. The products that I used featuring the kit will be listed down below, along with their other club kits. They keep expanding, and it is absolutely wonderful, and it's a great way to build your stash. I'll also have a link to their shop, and I'll also have a link to their blog so that you can be inspired even more by all of the other creators. If you have any questions, leave those down below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Remember, enjoy your art, create your way, and enjoy the process. But most of all, remember what's most important. Always be creative, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Till then, guys, take care.